Grace Under Pressure is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion will most likely be ignored. New World Order Theater of the Air brings you Grace Under Pressure, the simple story of a woman alone in New York in the 90s, an age of diminished expectations.
Isn't it great when the guests go home? Isn't it fun when you're finally all alone? Kick off both your shoes and get the hoovering done, and watch the rising sun. Isn't it swell when you're on your own? Aren't you grateful it's too late to call him on the phone? Take off all your clothes and feed the cat. He said, there's no hurry, where's my hat? Wake up to the realization that you're alone. And so goes a story that's told so often. I wonder who picked up after the arches in Rome. Ain't it great when the guests go home?
Episode 1, Flirting with Disaster.
No, it won't fit in 10-point. You've got to take it all down to at least 8-point or put in 4 more pages. Just a minute, George. Hello, editorial. Oh, Trude, I'm sorry. I'm up to my fried little eyeballs right now. Hold a sec. Yeah, George. Yeah, George, I know she wanted all that in her bio, but let's face it, nobody's going to read it but her mother. Well, it's not in her contract, so it's not going to be in print. The only talent around here with that kind of approval are the big boys. We never hear a peep out of them. They've all been dead for at least 200 years. Yeah, George. Okay, George. Sorry, Trudy. Where was we? Lunch? Oh, I wish. Maybe next Tuesday? I'll be glued to this ophthalmological microwave till then.
Hi.
Trudy, I gotta go. I can't have them thinking I've got a personal life. Bye. Hi.
Hello.
Nice for you to drop by. We don't often see you down at this end of the corridor.
Well, I was just passing.
Say, that poster you wanted to check up on is on the back of the door. Why don't you just come in and take a look at it?
What? Oh, yes, the poster. I've been meaning to have a look.
What a wonderful thing a door is. Now I know why it's worth fighting for that executive position.
That depends on the position you have in mind.
Well, if I remember my Kama Sutra, that lies somewhere between the Christmas party and the vice president's desk.
Has it been that long?
It's been so long I can't remember how long it was.
Well, as for me, I can't tell you how hard it's been to get to see you.
Flatterer. And I thought Germans were repressed.
Only the ones who stay at home.
I wish you wouldn't use those 4-letter words.
I beg your pardon? Like what?
Like home, like wife, like kids.
Oh, come on, Grace. You know you love it when I talk dirty.
Yes, I have to admit. It adds a little je ne sais quoi to our brief and fleeting trysts, knowing you fish in the perfect Teutonic gene pool back home.
Now who's talking dirty?
I know. Don't mention the war.
Look, Grace, we don't have much time. Is there a polite way to get you to shut up for a minute?
That depends on how well the parties know each other.
You know, Grace, this is madness. Under any other circumstances, we would have been long past this phase of perpetual anticipation
And be lying side by side in some motel in New Jersey, sharing a cigarette. Then get back in time to report my travel and entertainment expenses to you at the afternoon meeting. I don't think so.
Well, what I was trying to say is perhaps that won't be such a problem much longer, perhaps.
Oh, good! Another inner office memo from God. Oh, my God.
If you look at
They've
it,
sold the whole division.
there's really no reason we can't.
Our German paymasters have sold us to the Japanese.
Carry on where we left off. Only this
They're
time
stripping our little assets to the bone.
we can meet in public, hold hands at dinner.
Editorial services terminated as of... That's next Friday.
Check into a hotel, even the company apartment on 53rd
You
Street.
knew about this, didn't you?
What?
You're in on this stuff. You're one of the big boys. You must have known weeks ago.
Christmas, as a matter of fact.
Christmas? As in, Grace, darling, I've never seen you looking so edible Christmas.
Every word I said was true.
Yeah, it's the words you didn't say I'd have been interested in. Tell me, Shotzi, did it give you a thrill knowing I'd soon be joining the ranks of the unemployed? A little slumming in advance? Or did you just want to get your licks in while I was still within walking distance?
Grace, this was nothing personal.
Which? The sack or the shaft? Or is there a difference?
Gracie, please calm down and lower your voice. For Christ's sakes, you know I couldn't have told you. It would have been a breach of corporate ethics.
Now there's a contradiction in terms.
But the truth is, all this means they're recalling me to Frankfurt. I've got to go back. And I didn't want to miss you.
Then don't miss me. I'm sure Sieglinde and the twins will keep you occupied till they can find you some new territory for world domination.
That's not funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Don't mention the war. Well, I'll tell you, hon. This is just a different kind of war. World War III hasn't been declared yet, and you guys are already making deals that make the Hitler-Stalin Pact look like the Fraternal Order of Elks.
Now, don't go all bolshy on me. I'm as much of a pawn as you are.
Yeah, but you're an employed pawn on the winning side, not a sacrifice play.
Grossgeld International has hundreds of thousands of employees all over the world. New York is not actually the center of the universe, you know.
No, but I am. I'm the only universe I've got.
Grace, I'll make some phone calls. I'm sure I can find
No,
some...
that's okay, Wolfram. Wolfram. Did your parents hate you or what? Sorry, never mind. I think I've had enough of the shark pool for a while. If I'm going to get screwed, I'd like to know it's for my measurements and not my productivity figures.
What would you do?
I'll get a job. Don't worry, Shotzi. A little hard work never killed anybody.
Well, I won't say goodbye. I'll just say I'll...
Just say goodbye, Shotzi.
Goodbye, Shotzi.
Step up, step up. The wheel of fortune spins and you have picked the lucky number. Hundreds of jazz, pop, and middle of the freeway releases yours now for only the trouble to bend over and pick them up off the corridor of the 5th floor.
Louie.
Tonight's special is Tito Puente's cover versions of Romanian Christmas favorites with special guests Mitzlav Rostropovich and Tiny Tim. Act now.
Louie.
And you also receive this free double disc set of the first 30 seconds of every piece of classical music ever stolen for a movie theme song in the 70s.
Louie.
Featuring the singing strings of Mantovani and the Oak Ridge Mountain Boys.
Louie.
What's the matter, Grace? You look like shit.
Thank you, Louie. Thank you for your sensitivity, your tact, and your way with words.
Hey, I just dropped by to cheer you up. I hate to be the mailroom deliverer of bad tidings.
Oh, you cheered me up all right. I almost forgot my plans to blow my brains out.
Ah, no, Grace, it's not that bad.
Which? The job market or my taste in men?
Oh, the job market's never been that bad. Grace, you been mixing business with business again? Ah, the old blind bullboy's butt shaft strikes again.
Now, Louis, Shakespeare never said that.
Romeo and Juliet, Act 1, scene.
Got any openings in the mailroom?
Sister, you wouldn't last 5 minutes down there. We've got standards, deadlines, performance quotas. We do down there what you all get away with up here. This place would go to hell in a hoop. The truth of which may be seen from the fact that this whole floor is walking that pink slip mile while down there is business as usual.
I was a mailroom reject. How will I ever face Mrs. Rudnicki, the guidance counselor?
Seriously now, babe, what are you going to do?
Well, Louis, it's like this. In the 30 seconds since I got this highly personal notice of dismissal, I have for the most part been in deep denial. But now that you ask me, I guess I still have the computer at home. They can't very well take back the program, so I guess I'll freelance from home. I'll live by my wits. That's it. If anyone in New York is still publishing anything.
How long can they go on publishing what nobody reads?
That's if anybody still knows how to read. Oh, Louie, I have this feeling of impending doom, like the Titanic, like 1939, like here I was making personal phone calls on the edge of the volcano when all the time it's just a prelude to World War III.
You mean the Third World War, Sugar. Welcome to the Third World.
We have met the enemy, and he is us. I need a nap.
I need a bath.
Let's have a drink. I've been saving this half bottle of Moet since the Christmas part. For some special occasion.
Let's hope it doesn't get any more special than this.
Not today, anyway. Cheers. McMoon and Corazon, corporate imposters. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Pischetti. I thought you were someone else. Calm down, Mrs. Pischetti. I don't understand. What? How did Casper get out in the hallway? Is he all right? No, thank you, Mrs. Pischetti. I don't think the police would be... Oh, I see. Right through all 5 locks, huh? Are you in my house now? Are they there now? Yes, thank you, Mrs. Pischetti. You're a very good neighbor. Would you mind if I spoke to one of them? Hello, officer. Yes, this is Grace McMoon. I see. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, stereo, yes. TV, VCR, yeah. CD player, yeah. No, not really. Just a lot of junk on top of the bureau. Officer Bumbili, could you look over in the corner by the window? Is there a computer there by any chance? Not by any chance, huh? No. Thank you very much. I'll be right there. Bye.
Well, Grace, look at it this way. You always wanted to live a life free of material burdens.
Louie, they stole my life.
Come on, Grace. Who steals my purse steals trash. But whoever steals my good name had better be able to run a hell of a lot faster than I can.
Your friendship is a great comfort to me, Louie. But your Shakespeare sucks.
Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, Louie. Sitting down to dinner and the doorbell rings. Climb into the bathtub, there's a telegram. Just above the dreamland, and she's on the phone. It's trouble calling just to find out where I am. Trouble's back in town, trouble's back in town, trouble's back in town, trouble's back in town. Been gone so long, you know it's been so quiet. You thought that pain was gone for good. Say there's nothing wrong, oh, but you can't deny it. Whoops, there goes the neighborhood. Trouble's back in town, trouble's back in town, trouble's back in town, trouble's back in town. You got your life right where you want it. No rough edges, no loose ends. You got a job and a car and a contract and a manager and a house in Connecticut and 2 girlfriends. Oh, but here comes trouble, trouble.
here in River City, trouble, trouble. And it's just the kind of trouble you've been dreaming of, my dear. Trouble's back in town. When your heart's healed over, there's no harm in kissing her hello. When you finally see the girl, all I want to know is, do you go out on this, or do you give it one more whirl? Trouble's back in town. Trouble's back in town. Trouble's back in town. Trouble's back in. Sitting down to dinner and the doorbell rings.
The new austerity low-rent theater of the air has brought you Grace Under Pressure, starring Alice King as Grace, Roger Casey as Louie, and Tom Bozell as Wolfram Weltmeister. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 2, A Chilly Reception, when we will hear Grace say,
Slipshod, scud, pucker, sore spot, small man, McWeenie. Good morning. How may I help you?
Take off all your clothes and feed the cat. He said, there's no hurry, where's my hat? Wake up to the realization that you're alone. And so goes a story that's told so often. I wonder who picked up after the orgies in Rome. Ain't it great when the guests go home? No, I'm not lonesome. Great when the guests go home. You must be joking. Great when the guests go